Hey everybody, thanks for joining me here on Emerge Healing and Wellness. My name is Mazzotta and I am the Akashic Therapist. I guide people who are struggling with chronic illness to create their own wellness plan with the resources that they already have within. So I had some thoughts and questions to share with you guys tonight. So how many straws are you currently grasping for? Do you feel like once you get one answer in your life or one direction, you're hit with another curveball, and then you have to start all over again from scratch? And then you're left desperately searching for answers in so many different directions and areas of your life. And you're starting to feel frantic. This is how I felt after I got sepsis 3 years ago. I was like a deer in the headlights, at the mercy of the decisions and the happenings around me because I couldn't move. I had trouble communicating. I was confused and disoriented, and all that was left for me was to trust the providers who were helping me and my loved ones who were witnessing my day-to-day functioning. I was feverishly reaching out to everyone on my healthcare team as if my life depended on it, because it felt like it did. Each moment felt like, well, and was a crisis a lot of the time in the beginning. Even with all the support I seemingly had, the results were just not pouring in health-wise. Emergencies were still happening and popping up like every few days. So I started to become wary of the provider's suggestions and theories. I wasn't getting better, and everyone had a different opinion. From, oh, you'll look back at this and laugh as like, oh, this is one of those blips in life, those blips on the radar, right? To, this is a degenerative disease and you're just going to keep losing your physical and cognitive functioning. So, this feedback that I was getting, it seemed so clinical to the medical world, but to me, it felt so personal. This was my life. This was my ability to parent, to spend time with my kids, to help my spouse, to serve my clients, and maintain this quality of life that we'd worked so hard to develop. But it didn't seem personal to anyone outside of our inner circle. In fact, in the healthcare world, I felt like I was at the mercy of dueling egos, part of a game to prove who was right and who would be debunked. And my health and well-being was the guinea pig for exploring this mystery illness that had hit me full force. And not only that, the timeline was dictated by who had appointments available and when. So I was really put in a position to have to wait. And so I waited a lot. I gave each supplement, each treatment, and each test time, hoping that each thing would be that thing that tipped me over the edge into more normal functioning. And sometimes it worked, but most of it wasn't lasting, and none of it was quick. So you can probably guess that at this point, I started to get pretty impatient and pissed off. So I exhausted the route of advocating for myself and then vowed to heal myself. I just didn't believe the naysayers. I didn't envision my future as debilitated. I used this anger and frustration as motivation, and I became a seeker. I knew that although this is the most difficult thing I've ever been through, it was sending me a message. I needed to find the silver lining and find appreciation in those long infusion days in the city with week-long recoveries. That those were times that I could read a book for myself for the first time since having my kids, which at that time was 9 years past. I also ordered some stuff online, so, I've tried to find the silver lining. but I had more time with myself than I'd possibly ever had. So what the hell do you do with that? When was the last time that you had weeks of doing nothing but laying around and sitting still with you? Without technology, may I add, because a lot of the time I couldn't even focus or think straight to do anything. So you're left to face yourself, to see yourself, to be with yourself. So what's left at that point? Breathing, gratitude for what you do have, meditation, appreciating those small movements. I cried a lot too, not gonna lie. But I also enjoyed lots of snuggle time with my kids, and it really took me back to simplicity. Even when I get sick now and have my cycles, it takes me back to simplicity, a level of simplicity that we are so far removed from in this modern world. My in-laws have it right. They focus on seeing their family, tending to their garden, getting enough sleep, and eating balanced meals. They really don't put much stress into anything outside of that. At the end of the day, that's what nourishes us here on earth. Connection. Connection to each other, to ourselves, and to the earth, and to our higher selves. I am an expert therapist with 15 years of experience. I have successfully treated countless clients with mental illness, trauma, depression, anxiety, and now I've expanded that even further to clearing the energetic and spiritual backdrop of most of these issues. So in addition to therapy, now I am a certified Akashic Records practitioner. I'm a certified Reiki healer. And these practices allow us to really attend to our energy bodies before the energy gets sticky and heavy and shows up as illness in the physical body. The energy and spiritual healing world really gives us tools to truly know ourselves at a soul level, to keep us nourished no matter what life throws our way, no matter how many curveballs are coming at you, so that we can fully master centering. We need tools to consistently tap into this part of ourselves, so we're not caught up in the distraction of society's rules and stories about what's wrong with us or what our lives are supposed to look like. I've not only taught many of these skills for years, but I've learned so many more now and applied them to my own life in the past 3 years at a level so much deeper than I got to before. And I'm proud to say that now I'm your resident expert at self-care. It's still a work in progress, but yeah, I've come pretty far in that area. Merging the therapy, energy, and spiritual healing worlds has given me a powerhouse approach to treating people holistically. I have the most beautiful and affordable opportunity for you guys to learn these skills for yourself. Because if this is where you are now, I've been there myself. As I said, I was just kind of a needle in a haystack, poking at any place I could to try to get tools, to try to get something to make me feel better. Again, feeling desperate. But I actually have a group that meets twice per month via Zoom, and it's called Evolve. And I'm teaching all of the members of that group the preventive and self-care tools to provide their own care to themselves so that they can feel this empowerment. They can whittle down that desperation and appreciate opportunities to sit with themselves and know so confidently what's best for them. So send me a message on Facebook, shoot me an email, visit my website, theakashictherapist.com, and just try Evolve out for the month of September. On September 8th, which is actually this Sunday, I'm going to be taking everyone into their Akashic Records for the first time. So that's going to be pretty powerful, especially for people who haven't been in there before. And that's a tool that I've found that really does help us master this centering and continue to evolve. So jump in on the goodness, my friends. Shoot me a message. It's going to be really awesome on Sunday. And I really hope that you can join us. Thanks for listening and have an awesome night.